What's good, y'all? Welcome. It is the TopCat AI Signal Report number 38. Somebody hit my backing track. Let's get this thing going. Yes, sir. I'm your host, Coach Clement, and this is where we turn noise into signal and signal into creation. This is the briefing for leaders who need clarity, not clutter. We scan the market, policy environment, and business landscape so you can focus on execution, capital allocation, and strategic decision. Let's begin. Segment 1, Executive Signal. The clearest signal today is that AI is moving into a managed infrastructure phase. Excuse me. That matters because the conversation is no longer just about whether AI works. It's now about how AI is governed, monitored, and embedded into real business systems without creating uncontrolled risk. For leaders, this is a structural shift. AI is becoming a management topic, a compliance topic, and an operating model topic all at once. That's the signal. Segment 2, why it matters now. This matters now because businesses are increasingly expected to prove control, not just capability. The early phase of AI adoption was about curiosity. The next phase was about experimentation. The current phase is about discipline and oversight. Organizations are being forced to answer more serious questions. Where is AI being used? What data does it access? What decisions does it influence? What controls are in place? Who is accountable when it fails? Those are leadership questions, not technical side notes. The companies that handle this well will move faster with less risk. The companies that ignore it will eventually pay for it in the form of inconsistency, exposure, and/or reputational damage. This is why this is now a board issue. Segment 3, the market shift. The market is separated into two camps. Now, haven't we talked about this? Yes, but we have to continue to talk about it because it's still relevant. On one side are organizations using AI as a collection of tools. On the other side are organizations using AI as a part of the operating model. Now, that second group is gaining a super advantage. We know why, because they're aligning with AI with their business outcomes. They are also using it to improve revenue workflows, customer response, internal productivity, and decision support. Y'all following me? But they are also putting guardrails in place. That combination is important, y'all. Capability without control creates risk, and we know control without capability creates stagnation. The leaders who will win will manage both. Does that make sense? But y'all put it in the chat if it makes sense for me. And please like, subscribe, and hit that notification and tell one owner. Now, boards should be asking not just, are we using AI? They should be asking, how is AI changing our risk profile, our operating speed, and our competitive position? And before we continue, a quick word from today's sponsor. If your leadership team is still spending too much time on repetitive research, scattered updates, or first draft content, the answer is not more chaos. The answer is a sharper signal. The TopCat AI Signal Report is designed for leaders who want clarity without the clutter. Because in business, timing and focus matter. And for you, Cincinnati, Columbus, Westerville, New Albany, Gahanna, my home, this matters a lot. Segment 4, Operational Leverage. From a business performance standpoint, the clearest AI opportunity remains operational leverage. The highest value use cases are still the ones that can reduce delay, improve consistency, and increase throughput. That includes lead follow-up, customer support, internal knowledge retrieval, workflow automation, and content support. These are not glamorous use cases, y'all. They are economic ones. Boards should care because small gains in these areas compound quickly, faster response times can lift conversion, and better internal knowledge can reduce wasted time. More consistent processes can improve margin. And it's all about those margins, right? Especially when you're doing it ethically. The point is not to automate for its own sake. The point is to make the business more reliable, more scalable, and more measurable. That is the executive value proposition All right, segment 5, governance and control. The governance layer is now central. As AI becomes more embedded in daily work, oversight has to become more intentional. Organizations need to know where AI is allowed to operate and where human review is required, and which use cases are simply too sensitive for automation without control. Does that make sense? This is especially important in areas like customer communication, financial workflows, compliance-related tasks, and brand-sensitive interactions. And I'm sure you guys have a few more. A strong AI program does not just deploy tools, it defines boundaries. That means policies, review protocols, ownership, and accountability. Without those, AI can create hidden risks faster than it creates value. Y'all follow me? All right, for the board, that means governance is not a barrier to adoption. It is what makes adoption sustainable. Segment 6, executive action. I know y'all love the executive action. Another important signal today is that the highest performing teams are moving from interest to ownership. That means someone is accountable for AI outcomes, not just AI usage. Now, this is a subtle but important distinction. A lot of organizations can say they are using AI. Fewer can say who owns the workflow, who reviews the output, and what the success metric is, and what happens if the system fails. Now, that is where executive leadership matters. I know y'all followed me on that one. If AI is improving response speed, supporting sales, or reducing operational drag, it should be tracked like any other business asset. Does that make sense? If it's not being measured, it's not being managed. And if it's not being managed, it can't be producing durable advantage. Man, y'all got to hear me on that one. Segment 7, risk environment. There is also a broader risk signal worth noting. As AI use expands, the exposure surface expands with it. More automation means more touch points. More touch points mean more opportunity for error, misuse, or worse, leakage. That means the trust layer is essential, especially in our local business market in the Gahanna, Columbus, New Albany, Black Lake areas. Businesses need to understand what is being automated, what is being monitored, and where human oversight is mandatory. They also need to think about security. Now, how do I think about security? Model behavior, access control, and the quality of the inputs they allow into the system. This is no longer theoretical. As AI becomes more embedded in workflows, the cost of mistakes rises. This is why leaders need to treat governance as a core function, not an afterthought. The upside is real, but so is the responsibility. Segment 8, what smart leaders are doing. The smartest leaders are moving in a disciplined way. Now, we've spoken about that. I've gone into this multiple podcasts. They are selecting a small number of high-value workflows and operationalizing them carefully. That means improving lead capture and response, reducing customer support lag, automating repetitive admin, supporting internal search and knowledgeable access, and improving draft generation for communication. Now, that could result in also reducing manual coordination. That's a beautiful thing right there. The common thread is leverage. These leaders are not chasing every new release, right? Remember the tools, not using, got them so you can say you have them. All right, they're asking what improves outcomes, what reduces friction, and what can be measured. And it must still have human oversight, right? That is the right executive posture. AI should be treated like an operating asset, not a novelty purchase. You follow me? All right, segment 9, what to avoid. We're getting to the end, y'all. There are 2 major mistakes to avoid. First, do not confuse tool adoption with strategy. A company can deploy several tools or 1,000 and still have no coherent advantage if no one owns the workflow and no result is measured. Second, do not over-automate trust-sensitive processes. If a customer relationship, premium brand promise, or a sensitive internal decision, or is human-facing, which is customer, we need to have AI be supervised carefully. Leaders should insist on a simple standard. If AI touches value, it must be accountable. If it touches risk, it must be governed. If it touches the customer, it must protect trust, especially locally. That standard is becoming increasingly important. Segment 10, Executive Action Plan. Here's the action plan. First, identify top 3 workflows where AI is already in use. Second, identify the top 3 workflows where AI could create the most measurable leverage. Third, identify the top 3 workflows where AI should be restricted or supervised. And then ask, do we have the controls? Do we have the ownership? And do we have the reporting needed to support those users responsibly. Now, that is the right questions, or those are the right questions for leadership. The goal is not broad adoption. The goal is controlled advantage. Segment 11. From a strategic perspective, AI is becoming a test of operating maturity. That's strategic framing, y'all. The companies that do this well will have clearer workflows, faster response cycles, excuse me, and better knowledge access, and more disciplined decision support, right? The companies do it poorly will create confusion, drift, and unmanaged risk. This is why the topic belongs in the boardroom. Not because AI is trendy, because it affects how the business performs, how it scales, and how much risk it carries. That is the real issue, y'all. Okay, another quick word from our sponsor. TopCat AI Signal Report is for leaders who don't have much time to research, so we do it for them. If you want a sharper lens on what matters, stay with us. The signal is already out there. The challenge is knowing what to ignore. So, today's signal is clear, y'all. AI is moving into managed infrastructure. Operational leverage remains the strongest near-term use case, and disciplined leaders are pairing capability with control. That is why the theme remains the same. Say it with me. From noise to signal, from signal to creation. I am TopCat, and this has been your AI Signal Report. Number 38, y'all. Man, I love it. You love the new music? Yeah. All right, guys, we'll catch you next time. This is Coach Clement, also TopCat. We out. Until next time. Thank you.